Reading the Bible with Luke. All right, we are in Second Kings 13. 2 Kings 13. In the 23rd year of Joash, the son of Isaiah, king of Judah, oof, Jehu as the son of Jehu. Oh, okay, Jehu's son became king over Israel and Samaria. We know what Jehu did. And he reigned 17 years. He did evil in the sight of the Lord and followed idolatrous. See, please, I'm still reading from the Amplified. I've not. Sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel sin. He did not turn from them. So the anger of the Lord was kindled and burned against Israel, and he handed them over time and again to Hazael, the king of Syria, and Ben Hadad, the son of Hazael. But Jehuaz, this is Jehu's son, right? I had to double check, man. You know, they be throwing out names. I had to double check. But Jehoash sought the favor of the Lord, and the Lord listened to him. Still, he'll still listen to you. All right, dang, I'm dead for real, for real. At your lowest, still there. All right, let's go. And the Lord listened to him, for he saw the oppression of Israel and how the king of Aram oppressed them. Then the Lord gave Israel a savior to rescue them and to give them peace, so that they escaped from under the hand of the Armenians, and the descendants of Israel, lived in their tents as before. Yet they did not turn from the idolatry sins of the royal house of Jeroboam, who made Israel sin, but walked in them. And the Asherah set up by the Ahab also remained standing in Samaria. Okay, so these are like the golden cows or statue or whatever. They didn't tear them down. Okay. For he left to Jehoahaz, king of Israel, an army of no more than 50 horsemen, 10 chariots, 10,000 footmen. For the king of Aram had destroyed them and made them like dust to be trampled. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoahaz, everything that he did in his might, are they not written in the book of Chronicles, in the book of Israel? Jehoahaz slept with his fathers in death, and they buried him in Samaria. Jehoash, his son, became king in his place. In the 37th year of Jehoash, king of Judah, am I saying that wrong? Jehoash, the son of Jehoahaz, became king over Israel and Samaria and reigned 16 years. All right, so your father reigned 17, you reigned 16. He did evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not turn away from the idolatrous sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel sin, but he walked in them. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoash, everything he did, and his might with which he fought against Amaziah, king of Judah, are they not written in the book of Chronicles of the kings of Israel? Every time I read that, I think like, duh, you know. All right. Joe slept with his fathers, and Jeroboam sat on his throne. Jehoash was buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. Now, Elisha, Elisha. Elisha been alive all this time. Y'all remember we Elisha, that dude. Okay. Elisha had become sick with the illness by which he would die. And Jehoash, the king of Israel, came down to him and wept over him and said, "Oh, my father, the chariot of Israel and its horsemen." And Elisha said to him, "Take a bow and arrows." So he took a bow and arrows. Then he said to the king of Israel, "Put your hand on the bow." And he put his hand on it. And Elisha, put his hands on the king's hands. And he said, "Open the window to the east." And he opened it. Then Elisha said, "Shoot." And he shot. And Elisha said, "The Lord's arrow of victory, the arrow of victory over Aram, Syria, where you will strike the Arameans in Apec, until you have destroyed them." Then he said, "Take the arrows," and he took them. And Elisha said to the king, "Strike the ground." And he struck the ground 3 times, and it stopped. So the man of God was angry with him and said, "You should have struck 5 or 6 times. Then you would have struck down Aram until you have destroyed it. But now you shall strike Aram only 3 times." Elisha died. Dramatic, bro. Dramatic. And they buried him. Now, marauding bands of Moabites would invade the land in the spring of the year. And it happened that as a man was being buried on an open bier, B-I-E-R. What's that mean? I feel like it's like pier, right? Yeah, I almost went into the "Here Comes the Bride" chant. And I'm watching Married at First Sight, and that's possibly where I came from. I ain't got nothing else for you. A stand on which a corpse or coffin is placed. Also, a coffin together with its stand. Okay. And it happened that a man was being buried on an open bier, so an open coffin with a stand. They saw a marauding band coming, and they threw the man into Elisha's grave. But when the body of the man was being let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood up on his feet. Hazael, the king of Aram, oppressed Israel all the days of Jehoahaz. You see how I switch up the name? But the Lord was gracious to them and had compassion on them and turned toward them for the sake of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he was unwilling to destroy them and did not cast them from his presence until now. Hazael, king of Aram, died. Ben-Hadad, his son, became place. I feel like I read, Ben-Hadad was kind of wild. Then Jehoash, the son of Jehoahaz, recovered from Ben-Hadad, the son of Hazael, the cities which he had taken from Jehoahaz, his father, by war. 3 times Jehoash defeated Ben-Hadad and recovered the cities of Israel. All right. Next chapter, 2 Kings 14. We will start on that next time. You guys be easy. We'll talk to you soon. Reading the Bible, hello. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.